Greetings and welcome to another edition of Deep Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, here with another brand new edition of WNBA Weekly. Here is what happened last week in the association. On Tuesday, you have Indiana at Atlanta. In the absence of their superstars, Savante Zealous had a team-high 18 points, while Karima Christmas added 16 points and 10 rebounds. But behind 16 points and 7 steals from Angel McCoughtry and 17 points and 10 rebounds from Erica D'Souza, the Dream grabbed yet another win, a 76-60. And then you had Phoenix at San Antonio. Every Silver Star starter had at least 10 points. Danielle Robinson led the way with 15 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. But it just wasn't enough, as Brittany Griner had a career day with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 blocks, and Diana Taurasi nearly had a triple-double with 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. And as the Mercury went on to win 83-77. Then on Wednesday, you had New York at Chicago. Cappie Pondexter had her usual impact, as she had a team-high 21 points on 6 of 17 shooting and 7 of 11 from free throws. Leilani Mitchell had a productive afternoon as she chipped in 12 points and a game-high 7 assists. But it was not enough to overcome Elena Delle Donne as she continues her stellar rookie season with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. And Sylvia Fowles also had a great outing with 19 points and 14 rebounds as Sky claimed a decisive victory, 87-74. And then on Thursday, you had Phoenix at Washington. The Mystics put up a great fight as 4 of their starters scored in double figures, led by Crystal Langhorne with 27 points and Ivory Latta, who had 12 points and 9 assists. But it was not enough, as Diana Taurasi led the way with 26 points and 8 assists, and Candice Dupree had 16 points and 11 rebounds as Phoenix continues tearing up the league. There are a few teams that are really hot right now. Atlanta, with a 4-game winning streak, has really distanced itself from the rest of the pack. Meanwhile, Los Angeles and Phoenix are both riding 3-game winning streaks as they're battling it out for second place in the West currently. And in the Eastern Conference, there's just been a lot of losing teams right now. Washington on a 4-game losing streak, Connecticut on a 3-game losing streak, and Indiana a 7-game losing streak. They have not won since the season opener. It's the end of the month, and there are plenty of games to watch this weekend. One of them is being broadcast nationally, and the others you can check your local listing or watch them on live access. On Friday, you've got, first off, Tulsa at Indiana. The two teams, each at the bottom of their respective conferences, are each looking to get a win under their belt. This game begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my preview is that Indiana has been hit hard by the injury bug and haven't won a game since the season opener. Meanwhile, Tulsa has looked better every game they played, and Skylar Diggins has been exciting to watch, and I think for the first time ever, I'm actually picking Tulsa to win. Next, you've got Washington at Atlanta. Ivory Latta leads her team into Atlanta to face Angel McCoughtry and the Dream, who have as many consecutive wins as the Mystics have consecutive losses. This game begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my preview is that the Mystics started out their season well enough, but the Dream have been nearly unstoppable so far this season, and Angel McCoughtry is making people respect her on both ends of the floor. Next, you've got Los Angeles at Minnesota, the class of the Titans, as the two top teams in the Western Conference battle it out for first place. This game begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is that Minnesota has been the top seed in the Western Conference all season, but the Sparks did destroy them the first time they played, and if Candace Parker has a big day, I can easily see that result repeating itself. Next, you've got New York at Seattle. These are the only two teams in the league that are currently holding a 500 record, as both of them sit at 4-4 looking to rebound after some tough losses. This game begins at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my preview is that both of these teams have surprised me this year. The Storm have surprised me with a few good wins, and the Liberty have surprised me because of how inconsistent they are playing. I have trouble with this game because with both of these teams, I have no idea which version of each team I'm going to see. And then on Saturday, you've got a few good matchups. The first one is Phoenix at Connecticut. Diana Taurasi leads her surging Mercury into Connecticut to face Tina Charles and the Sun, who continue struggling. This game begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my preview is, honestly, the big story here, obviously, has got to be that battle in the middle. Two very young, very talented players, Brittany Griner versus Tina Charles. And that's something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. But outside of that, I don't expect Connecticut to put up much of a fight. Diana Taurasi is a handful on her own, but if Bonner and Dupree keep having a huge impact like they have been all month, the Sun are going to get embarrassed. Next, we've got Los Angeles at Chicago. The night after facing the top seed in the West, the Sparks travel to the East, where they play the second seed, Chicago Sky. This game begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my preview is that I'm not sure how much Los Angeles will have left in the tank after playing in Minnesota and then traveling to Chicago. Between Deladon and Fowles, I think the Sky match up very well against the Sparks, and the truth is, with both of these teams, they're both so talented, I would not be shocked with either one that ends up winning. Then on Sunday, we have a few good matchups. First, you have San Antonio at Atlanta. Danielle Robinson leads the Silver Stars into Atlanta to face the league's #1 team, the Atlanta Dream, led by MVP candidate Angel McCoughtry. This game begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is it's really hard to go against the Dream with how well they've played, especially since they're matched up against a team that can be described as average on their best night. The Stars play a good team game and are well coached, but I think Angel alone is too much to handle for them. When you add D'Souza and Little, this matchup screams blowout to me. Then you've got Tulsa at Washington. Skylar Diggins heads into the nation's capital to face off against Ivory Latta and the struggling Mystics. This game will air on NBA TV at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is that Washington started off the season 4-1 and have since dropped 4 straight. Tulsa has lost more games, but they're showing improvement both as individuals and as a team, and somehow I actually feel more comfortable picking them, even though they have nearly twice as many losses. And finally, you've got Seattle at Indiana. The ageless wonder Tina Thompson leads the Storm into Indiana to face the banged-up Fever. This game begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My preview is that, well, once again, I must say, I have trouble picking Seattle because I'm not sure which version of them I'll see, but I definitely know which version of Indiana I'll see. Even once they get their stars back, it might take some time before they're playing back up to their level. Well, that's it for this week. Tune in on Monday for another all-new edition of WNBA Weekly. And until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. Don't forget, you can still go to WNBA.com and vote your favorite players through to the All-Star Game. And until then, I hope you have a great weekend. Check out some of these games when you have the chance.